camp right now. He went further saying this: there's not much we can do right now. We have time to make a decision. We'll look at all the options. We're not going to release him. That's not on the table. But I will say all other options are on the table. Whether the situation can be reconciled and have him back on the team next year, we're a long way away from thinking about that. And if it can happen, we're not closing the door on anything at this point. Whew. Shannon, what do you make of those comments?
I don't believe Antonio Brown is on this roster. Wow. I believe there's too much damage. I believe there's too much conflict between he and Ben Roethlisberger. Skip, I got it from a very reliable source that Antonio Brown was told not to come to the facility because he was hurt. That's what I was told. I was also told that Antonio Brown is extremely, and I got this from a very, very reliable source that's very, 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 very close to Antonio Brown, that he's fed up with Ben Roethlisberger. He's tired of the finger pointing. He's tired of it always being someone else's fault other than Ben. Now, you know how this works, Skip. You've been around this game long enough. You always want to have a Jerry Rice. You want to have a Julio or Michael Irvin or Chris Carter. But if it came down to it, Troy Aikman or Michael Irvin, you know who they're taking.
Definitely.
If it came down to Jerry Rice or Joe Montana, you know who they're picking. It comes down to Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, you know who they're taking. But I've said this before. Ben is one of the worst leaders of all time because he points fingers. And I knew this. It's like, well, when he called him out with that interception, where Antonio Brown ran, he came too flat, or he did this, he did that. And he's constantly saying things, you know, Juju, we're going to do this for Juju, and taking shots at Le'Veon from a distance. He's a terrible leader. You can't do that, Skip. If I got a problem, normally the quarterbacks, and I'm just telling you how John Elway, my quarterback, was. If I ran the wrong route, if I did something that he didn't agree with on the field, he would pull me to the side. That wasn't for the media. That wasn't for everybody to hear about. Ben Roethlisberger goes unchecked because he does things and says things, and there's no one there to hold him accountable for that. I believe the relationship with Antonio Brown and Coach Tomlin, it can be fixed. Coach Tomlin just needs to let Antonio Brown, the things that he's doing is unacceptable. But I don't believe the relationship between Ben and AB can be repaired. I think it's beyond, way beyond.
Everything Ben says publicly about AB is nothing but positive.
True.
Love him. He's my best friend on the team. He just goes overboard to pat him on the back publicly.
But that's after he's already said, Antonio Brown ran too flat, that's why I threw the pick.
That is true. About an hour after Rooney's comments were posted, then Antonio posted on his Instagram a shot of the day that he signed with re-upped with Pittsburgh, and him and Art Rooney.
Shaking hands.
Yeah, did you see that? I think we have that handy. There it is. And this was another shot at Art Rooney, because he's basically saying, what a hypocrite you are, because you're blasting me now, but look how we're shaking hands there.
Right.
And that he's still booming. And, you know, if you know Antonio, and we do, that's his catchphrase. That's what he says.
Business is booming.
Yeah, his business is booming because he wants out. That was another shot across the bow of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, I dare you, trade me. I do not believe they have the guts to trade him. And after I sifted through all of Art Rooney's comments to the Post-Gazette yesterday, the one that just jumped out at me was, maybe Antonio decides to come talk to us someday and we learn more about where he is. We'll see. So he didn't just slam the door. He said, I can't envision him being with us in training camp, but he definitely did not slam the door. And I think they would be too afraid of just how good Antonio still is. He just turned 30. But do I envision him having a great year there or somewhere else? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you trade for him, Skip, you have to understand now what you're getting now. Now, young quarterback, you have to look, when you get a player of Antonio Brown's caliber, you must look at your locker room and can we handle his personality? The quarterback, is he a young quarterback or is he a veteran quarterback? A young quarterback can't handle it because AB is going to be in his ear now, Skip. I need my 12 targets a game. And anything less than that, we're going to have a problem. But I get it. But you can't publicly. Like, you can't do what Ben is doing. And people are like, well, you're the leader. No. Antonio Brown, those guys are too prideful. You don't think Matt Ryan might get upset sometime with Julio? You don't think you don't think Tom Brady's been upset with, but he would never say, oh, the guy came too flat.
No.
The really good ones take responsibility, even though it's not their fault. There have been times that I know guys messed up. and John might have thrown a pick or the ball might have fallen incomplete. He took it on himself. Made a bad throw, knowing that it's not his fault. That's what the really good ones do. But Ben Roethlisberger is one of the very few quarterbacks that's really good, that's always looking to place the blame on someone else.
I only know two, Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers.
Stop it.
Am I right?
This is not, I don't know about Aaron.
Correct.
I don't know about Aaron.
Yes, touche.
I just know AB. Skip, listen, I know what AB said. Like, hey, that's my brother. He can get on me. But I know what AB is saying behind the scenes.
Okay. Well,
AB is fed up
I
with
believe
Big Ben.
that.
He's fed up with Big Ben. There are a lot of other people.
And I think a lot of people in that locker room are fed up with Antonio.
Yeah,
There's
they are.
a lot of bridges, a lot of fences to mend, right?
Yep.
My gut feeling about this is they don't have the guts to trade him because they'd be afraid of how great he'd be somewhere else.
But you see what it is, Skip? Now, when they were winning, AB just got like this yesterday?
Yeah.
You see what happens when you win it, Skip? When you win it, you will tolerate anything, won't you, Skip? But the moment you start to lose and you don't make the playoffs, because AB got 6, think about this. The dude has 6 100-catch seasons. He's 30. He's not 35, Skip. He's 30.
I know one coach who'd jump in the middle of this on March 13th when he becomes eligible to trade.
March 13th.
I bet that guy in Foxborough would. This would be a Belichick special
Interesting.
to jump in and maybe for a second-round choice.
They would never, ever
I don't know.
trade him to New England.
Oh, to New England, right. No, I know, but I'm just saying, Belichick would try on this because this would be a Randy Moss type.
They're trying to, they would, my first guess, Skip, is that they would try to get him to the NFC.
You're probably
you don't
right.
Want to see him. You definitely don't want to see him if he's having success.
And I tell you who else would do it. India do that deal tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll have to see.
You don't want him
It's a
with
lot of
India
money
next
to absorb. It
With
would be
T.Y. on the other side?
million.
No.
How much you get?
21.12 million in 2019 of dead money they'd absorb if they do make the trade.
They're going to make, they're looking to move it.
Okay. Either way, we're going back to the Cowboys. Well, Dak